Concert Crew Podcast, we back again.
Yes, sir.
Yo, today, another 25th anniversary. We celebrating Redman's third studio album, Muddy Waters. Muddy Waters, Redman, Def Squad, Def Jam.
I still remember when this album came out, man.
New Jersey, Brick City, all of that. We celebrating Redman's album today, 25th anniversary, another 25th anniversary.
25.
96.
Let's take it back, man. This is coming towards the end of one of the, well, in my opinion, the best year in hip hop, but to others, one of the best years in hip hop. 1996, we're coming towards the end with this album. Like, what was the climate in hip hop at that time?
It was kind of strong, man, because like as you can see, we covered some good 25-year joints that just came up. But for him to come with such an album of of this caliber, man, it was a good look for Redman because we didn't know. I'm not gonna say we didn't know if he was going to drop a good album, not because he was on like a few songs before that did real well, and just the whole Def Squad movement and all that. But this album, man, was like it was changing, man, and then it showed his other side of him as far as him opening up to sort of like the comedy type situation, and then also, not saying it wasn't already on another level, but the Timberlands went to a whole different level
around this stupid shit.
Yeah,
the boy Giant Tink, they was actually dipping, they like stepping in mud with they fucking boots. I was like, that's the dumbest shit in the world, man, for y'all to just fucking be Timbs like that. But yo, this album was unexpected to be what it was in '96. Like '96 came with a lot of heat, a lot of big names came out, and for this to hold its own and be one of them albums, this shit was definitely good for '96.
Absolutely,
I agree. I feel like this album was like one of those flags that was bringing the culture back to the East Coast. You know what I mean? As far as having two Tupac albums that were huge in '96, this is one of those albums that's like, yo, we got heat over here too.
Yeah, it was a lot of great classic albums. Nas, Jay, Mobb Deep, a lot Fugees, Pac, and Life and Death. They dominated 1996. That was his year. But then, it was a little different back then because back then, now it's a fourth quarter where a lot of people, like the big names, try to drop in the fourth quarter. Back then, it seemed like by the time the fourth quarter came, at least definitely December, dudes is like, I'm done for the year. Right. Like, we taking the whole December off. That it's not like that now. It got to a point where the big names wanted to drop around Christmas, around that December period, because they felt like they had the clout to do that. Back in 1996, they was like, it's a wrap by December. So Redman is kind of coming like right before that. It's kind of like the last kind of big name album on Def Jam that kind of dropped at that time. So that's kind of a big deal. Then you got, timetable wise, you got Biggie finishing up Life After Death right now. You got Camp Lo finishing up Uptown Saturday Night, all for a 1997 release. You got Wu working on Wu-Tang Forever out in L.A. right now. And you got Capone and Noriega working on the War Report right now. So you got some great albums coming up, right next year in 1997. Where was Redman? Where do you think Redman was at this time in his career before this album dropped?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a real good question.
I mean, he was good for East Coast cats because, Doc, what was the first one called? The first song.
His first Redman album?
What the album? Yeah. A lot of Jersey cats and up that area.
And that was 1992 he dropped that.
That's crazy.
That was way back.
Yeah.
That was a long layoff, wasn't it?
Well, he dropped another one. He dropped Dark is a Dark Side in 1994.
There's a Dark Side.
I mean, there is a Dark Side in 1994. So he was doing an every 2-year thing at that time. But yeah, Redman at this time in his career, what you think?
I feel like Redman was still like not trying to find himself, but he was just staying in his own lane, just keep making trying to, I guess, perfect his own sound to where he is at now. And I feel like this is like the culmination of everything he worked for, and it came out to me damn near perfect.
Yeah, to me, I think he kind of found this formula to where he was going at next with his career and how, like, what type of satisfaction he was going to put out for his music. Because, like, his whole sound. Not saying that we heard a lot from him, or I was really interested into the two albums you just named, but it was just a certain interest. Like once I heard Muddy Waters, I knew that this was like a classic album. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that it was like some of his best work that I heard. You know what I'm saying? And he just put it. He had the right features on there, and like everything that was going on, it kind of made sense. It kind of made sense, and I just thought that he was because it seemed like a little imager thing that he had, and because the one album cover he got his head coming out of the ground, and now he talking about Muddy Waters, so it's like, all right, I came from the ground, I came from the mud, and I'm taking this shit back to the streets, and that's just how I felt about it, man. And this was a dope album.
Yeah, to add to that, it was like he was more kind of like almost like underground considered. Like this album kind of got him out there more, but also his role was kind of switching to hip hop. He came in the game as like EPMD's young boy, like their I ain't gonna say sidekick, but like their young protege. Like now he's like evolving to his own person. Mind you, he's coming off of 1995 with the single "How High" off the Show soundtrack. That was a big deal, him and Meth. That put them all. Also, he was on a classic "All Eyes on Me" song. You know, one of the few East Coast peoples that was on that album. So that was a big deal. So he was kind of raising his stature in hip hop as his own man, not like EPMD's young boy.
Right.
So that was a big deal. So he's coming into his own, I think.
Like, Rap City at the time, wasn't him and Biggie on there at the same time? One time on Rap City a while ago, years ago, or am I tripping? I thought it was him and Biggie. Like they had them on there. They had them both on there at the same time.
I'm not sure about Rap City, but I know he got a picture with Biggie that I can picture in my head. But I don't know if they was on Rap City at the same time. No, he actually is in a classic picture. I think it's Pac, Biggie, and Redman, but they always cut.
Nas.
They always cut.
Nas is in that picture.
Yeah,
too.
they always cut Redman out the picture though. They always like.
But it ain't just them; it's a bunch of group of dudes, right?
It's two separate. It is a one with a bunch of group of ones, and then it's one where it's like 3 or 4.
It's like black and white, right?
Yeah, it's black and white. But they normally like crop
Right.
Redman out, but Redman's in the picture too. So yeah, man. So he was coming up. So expectations for Muddy Waters.
There were no expectations for me. It was just like, it was surprising. Like once it dropped, like, damn, this is actually an album I'm listening to in 1996 with all the other shit that came out. So
Yeah,
there
I
wasn't
agree.
really no expectations.
I agree with you. I didn't have no expectations for this album. It wasn't like, yo,
I can't wait for Redman
no
to
disrespect. It wasn't like, yo, Redman is coming. Like I don't remember
Right.
feeling like that at all. It was like, oh, it was surprising. Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to say that Redman wasn't dope. I just wasn't expecting no album that I was going to be feeling. And it was the end of the year also, so I didn't even think he was going to even be coming with nothing. But
Maybe because it was his third album too, and he
kind of had the sound that he was going with. So I thought it was going to be like cool. It was going to be all right, but not nothing that was going to be over the top. Yeah. All right. Well, Muddy Waters was released on December 10th, 1996 on Def Jam Recordings. It was recorded from 1995 to 1996. Muddy Waters features production from Eric Sermon, which he was the executive producer of this album. Redman produced songs and skits. Rockwaller, Praz, Jerry Wonder, Ty Fife, and Sugarless. Let's get right into Muddy Waters. Track number 1. It's the intro, produced by Redman.
Wake up, Redman.
Yeah, the doctor telling him it's your third album. Wake up, and then they got like the chants in the background,
The
and
whole
then it's
Jurassic Park
Yeah, there's
theme.
like a lot of chaos and animals and all kind of stuff.
Was y'all feeling this intro? Like, did y'all
I
like
always
it?
skipped it.
It was
Yeah,
it was so short that I just kind of didn't. If I'm listening to it, I'm just going to the next song.
I thought it was kind of long. I'm like, yo, it's a long, and then got the T-Rex roaring and stuff. I'm like,
I don't need it.
To me, it never made sense to me
Never
to do
made
that.
sense to
Nah.
you? Oh, with the
Love
Redman,
the album, but the intro was just like,
you want feeling it?
nah.
Yeah, I probably just skipped it. Track number 1, Is He For Real, produced by Eric Sermon and Redman. So this is a nice album opener, man.
Yeah, this is
Beats
definitely how you
and
start the
It's not
album.
long though. It's actually like very short, but I like
NBA
it.
jams with the shoes.
With the shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
this was one of them songs. You know, it was a good opener.
It's a nice
I'm not mad
opener.
at it.
Very short though, but I like that joint. Track number 3, "Rock the Spot," produced by Eric Sermon and Sugarless, with that
Rock the
Biggie,
Spot, yeah.
that
Biggie
Biggie
joint.
sample from Unbelievable. This joint knocks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rock
absolutely.
the Spot. This beat hard. I like this beat. Yeah, this joint knock right here. I like this.
This
joint
joint
knock.
definitely goes.
Yeah, he had that tempo, and I was like, oh man, this joint sounding off. It's starting off right. You know what I'm saying? Because once I heard that, and then of course the sample, you know what I'm saying, was always a good thing, man. With anything with Big back around this time, you blended it in any type way, Big was a winner.
Yeah, sometimes his production be smoothed out. So I like this joint had that little knock to it, and he was running that thing. So yeah, Rock the Spot is dope.
This is definitely like a nice pace for Redman as far as like him rapping to Eric Sermon's beats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is a nice pocket for him. Like it's not super fast, but it's not too
I can
slow
hear Keith
either.
Murray on this song for some reason.
Yeah,
I could too.
Yeah.
And then Keith Murray was super dope around this time. But also, this is a little different for Eric Sermon production. His joint is like his joint normally don't knock. Like it's normally like a little more like chill, like laid back. But that joint knock. Track number 4, "Welcome Interlude," produced by Eric Sermon. It's like an interlude with
Phone, like a
ready.
phone.
It's like a radio
type
shock. Then it's like a short rap. It's like a bunch of stuff in one. It's all right though.
It just was like bringing like some of his favorite kind of slogans or hot slogans at the time inside the song.
I gets down like that. Who am
I?
I?
Funk Doctor. As I kiss the sky. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Track number 5, "Case Closed," featuring, how do you pronounce this? Crossbred? It's like an X. It's like an X, but then OROSS. I don't know how they pronounce it. Are they pronouncing that cross still? Or I don't know. That's the feature
I'm not
artist on the
sure.
song. It's Case Closed featuring, I believe, is Crossbred, produced by Rockwilder.
This joint go hard too.
This is a hip hop joint.
Yeah.
Like Redman has bars. The beat from Rockwilder is cool. He was giving the new artist some shine. So it was cool. I think it's actually 2 people in the group. 'Cause I think it's 2 different voices.
not
I
not
thought
one of my
Napalm
favorite
was on
songs
this
on
song.
there.
Huh?
The dude name was Napalm.
Napalm. I mean, from what maybe he's on this too, but I thought I seen him on another
Yeah,
song.
Napalm on there.
Okay, all right, Napalm.
Yeah.
This ain't one of the ones that was one of my favorites on that.
It's not
Yeah,
my
I
favorite.
agree.
It's not my
I
favorite.
agree.
It's all right though. Track number 6, "Pick It Up," which is the 3rd single.
This is my shit.
Pick it up, pick it up. I love this song, man.
That fucking beat, yo.
This
Classic
is signature.
Redman, classic Redman.
This is signature Eric Sermon production
Yeah.
too. Pick it up, pick it. I like
It
the
started
beats
a
and the
whole
rhyme.
pick it up movement, didn't it?
Yeah.
If you find a bag of weed on the floor, motherfucker, what you gonna do? Pick it up, pick it up. He said, it reminds me of school on Sunday. No class. This is my joint right here. This is
Ha
the-
ha, what was I? He killed that shit.
Yeah, he run this. I like this joint a lot. Pick it up, dope. Track number 7, NIN. It's a skit produced by Redman.
Newark.
Niggas in Newark.
This is when I like, yo, all right, he got something with this little comedy type situation. You know what I'm saying? Because just to come up with that and how this whole, this is like one of the skits that I always like, because there's certain skits you just skip, but this one of them skits, like along with a couple skits from Snoop Dogg album, I just let play. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of them, man. Word
This is also the skit era too. This is when most of the albums is going to be like 20 songs because they're going to have like 5 skits on there throughout the song. So this is like you had to actually get creative with your skits. Like you had to have skits. Now they don't really care about skits as much. But back then this was a skit thing.
The top weed seller in Newark.
Yo, to me, Redman got the best skits of all time. Like as far as his albums and stuff, like they be funny. Like it kind of puts you in Newark. You know what I mean? Like that vibe. Like
that's
just,
a fair argument.
Just, you know what I mean? It's
I
funny.
think he definitely put time and thought into like trying to make funny skits. So that's not a bad argument. Track number 8, "Smoke Buddha," produced by Redman.
Smooth.
Yeah. That Rick James sample in there.
Buddha, that Mary
You know what I'm
Jane
saying?
sample.
Oh,
this
man.
is a smoking anthem right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a smoking
Absolutely.
anthem. And and I don't even smoke, and this is my song right here. And Redman produced this too, man. So that's
Had
dope.
that little voice in the fucking song, man. Like ad-libbing.
Yeah.
They go this away.
Nah, this is definitely if it's a smoking playlist, this joint gotta be on. They gotta put this on the playlist. This is classic right here. That Mary Jane sample. Who going not? Who got? Everybody loves that sample right there. You can't go wrong with that.
You can't. Nothing wrong.
Smoke Buddha, Smoke Buddha, and right after Smoke Buddha, we coming right back to track number 9.
Yep.
Whatever Man,
Featuring
Eric Sermon, produced by Eric Sermon. It's the second single. Classic.
Classic song, classic video.
They gave it. They broke. This is when he got the budget. This is when he started knowing he was coming up. They had the Blues Brothers video. This is when he started knowing.
It was taking it. It was
Ooh la la.
It was taking that comedy, like I said, that comedy side of him, like you know what I'm saying. It was taking it to a whole new level with that.
And I ain't heard this in a while, and I almost forgot. I'm thinking like, oh, Method Man's on the song. Well, I remember him. I remember him in the video so much. I'm like, damn, I forgot he don't even rap on this song. That's how much I equate him with this song because of the video. Like you can see Def Jam starting to push the Meth and Red at this time. But this is a classic video right here.
Should have had Eric Sermon in the video.
Yeah, I wonder why he wasn't in the video.
Keith Murray was in the video at the end.
Yeah, he was. I smoked with a lot of college students. Most of them wasn't graduating, and they knew it.
Weed slang. Yeah, boy, I speak it fluid.
You ready to roll this weed up? Whatever man. You ready to knock this nigga out? Whatever, man.
Yeah.
You ready to get this cheddar? Whatever. Yeah, this is a classic. Whatever Man's a classic, man. Beat, rhymes, everything. Classic joint. Here go another interlude. Track number 10. Chicken Head Convention skit produced by Redman.
Had the fucking chickens like in the background, man. That was so stupid, yo.
They're reporting live from the Chicken Head Convention.
From the Chicken Head Convention, man.
Chicken Head Convention, that's funny. And then we got track number 11, On Fire, produced by Eric Sermon.
This joint was dope too.
That was a real
Busta
laid back
Rhymes
beat. That shit was tough, though.
Yeah. We on fire tonight. Yeah, it's a nice beat and nice rhyme.
Wasn't one of my favorite songs on the album, but it definitely blended in with the album.
It's a good. I wouldn't call it a filler track. Would you?
No, it's not a filler.
Yeah, it's just
not
a good.
filler. Just not one of my favorites.
It's better than filler, but it's all right. Track number 12, Do What You Feel, featuring Method Man, produced by Praz and Jerry Wonder.
Right here,
Method Man killed this shit.
Yes, he did, man. He
killed this shit.
Can of ass whipping on this joint.
This another dope beat. Meth and Red going back and forth, killing it. You know, Def Jam sees the chemistry right now, like everyone else, and
this their second song together.
Yeah, and they starting to train. You can tell they starting to train to get to the Blackout album at this point. Yeah, because they coming off of How High. This is like an album cut. This wasn't like a single, but How High.
They did what you call together already, right?
What?
Did first they did How High for the show soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now what else they do together at this point? I think that's it at this point. What else? What other song they do together?
I think that was.
I mean, unless I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Because
I think
Meth
it.
album ain't come out yet. Does Judgment Day come out? He
That
got
was
a song.
90,
Yeah, he got a song
that
with
was
him on
98.
there.
That was
Yeah, he
98.
got a song with him on there. So
That's right. He just in the
He just was in the video.
Yeah, whatever man
in the video.
Yeah. See, that I be getting confused with that. Man. I feel like I be like, damn, I forgot Method Man wasn't on this song.
I be the super lyrical individual. He be killing that.
Yeah.
But Meth murdered that joint. That was messed
It's a
up.
hip hop joint. They going back and forth. They killing that joint, man. Track number 13, the Stick Up skit, produced by Redman.
I got a soda. You can't get a goddamn sip. That's my shit, man.
Yo,
He said,
everybody,
shut that fucking singing up, nigga.
I ain't fucking playing. Yo, everybody remembers that Coke commercial with Tyrese getting on the bus, and that's why it was so funny.
Yeah.
This is a fucking stick up. This is my shit, yo.
Yeah.
Nah, he definitely got the hilarious skits, dog.
I think that's DJ Twins doing that.
It probably is.
Yeah.
He rolled with them
Yeah.
heavy. Track number 14, Creepin', produced by Redman. This is a cool, smoothed out joint. It's all right. You like this joint?
I like this joint a lot. Yeah, I like this joint, man.
It's smoothed out joint, man. It's cool. It's cool.
Nah, this beat was crazy.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
It's like a different tempo from everything else. Kind
yeah, that shit was crazy.
And Redman produced that beat, so that's dope. I don't think people giving Redman some of the production credit. He was doing his thing, so he must have had it. And Redman also was a DJ.
Yeah,
he started off as a DJ
first
before he was rapping. So that's interesting in its own right.
He probably got that
there.
era of what he wants to rap to. You know what I mean? Being a DJ.
To my no good niggas and my no good bitches. Sorry, I'm leaving somebody leaving up stitches. He killed this shit.
All right, track number 15. It's Like That, My Big Brother, featuring K Solo, another produced by Redman. This is actually the first single.
He produced this track?
Redman produced it.
Wow.
And it's the first single, and this beat is hard right here.
Yes, it is.
I've never seen the video of this.
Oh, yeah, the video is hard.
Yo, man, it was so dope when they performed this on the verse.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was dope, man.
I ain't even seen K Solo in a minute, so that was I ain't seen K Solo since like.
This is
DMX.
one of my favorite songs, man. Like in '96.
No, this song was hard. Redman did the beat, and he killed the beat. Them going back and forth, they both just killing it. It ain't no hook or nothing. They just giving their bars. And the next one in the video, he come in, move him out the way. They killing it. This hard right here.
Now, was this when Eric Sermon and Paris was beefing?
Yeah, this when they broke up.
Yeah.
If you listen to the album, all you hear is Death Squad.
Yeah,
they promoting Death Squad. So this is when they broke up. They didn't get back together until the next year.
Yeah,
EPMD got back together next year. So at this point, it's all because when Death Squad pretty much formed like once Keith Murray got into the equation.
I thought K Solo was with Parrish.
K Solo was with Parrish.
Yeah,
but him and
Redman
still tight though. But everybody went with Daz Effects. K Solo went with Parrish Smith.
Yeah.
Then
Keith Murray and Redman went with Eric.
Well, Keith Murray kind of came like right after the split, so he went with Eric Sermon though. But
that was dope until DMX was dissing this nigga.
Yeah. That DMX, he ain't survived that DMX. He ain't survived that. But K Solo, he was a problem. He was nice. He did his
that
thing.
was a hard bar.
Yeah, he was killing it. They were killing this joint.
I'm talking about DMX when he talked about K Solo. I was like, damn.
Yeah, that was hard.
That was hard. Could suck my
but he had merit to it from what I read in his book. He had merit to it. They was locked up together, so it was a history.
That was spellbound.
Yeah. Track number 16, The Bump, produced by Eric Sermon. This is another smooth out.
This might be my favorite joint on that whole album, yo.
This your favorite joint?
Yeah, this shit go in, yo.
This is like that ride out music right here. This is like
you can smoke to this.
All you bitches drop your drawers. He killed that shit.
And Redman, he kind of floating on this beat. Like he kind of floating on this. Is ride out music, get high music, all of that. Yeah. I watched the bump.
He was
making
killing this
speakers
shit.
pop.
Yeah.
Nah, he was definitely killing this joint. This is another smoker's favorite, I think right here.
I wasn't even a smoker, but
I don't smoke neither, but I could just see
yeah.
if I was to smoke, this would be one of my favorites.
It definitely was that look.
I definitely could feel that. Dope joint. Track number 17, Uncle Quilly skit, produced
with
by
females taking 3 in the mouth at one time.
This is skit that got Redman in trouble.
Shit.
He got him in trouble?
Yeah, he
talking
called the
about
bitch
Hammer.
a slap flute, a fat slew
He
footed
said about
fucker.
Hammer?
Yeah.
Explain. I don't remember that.
MC Hammer approached Redman about this. He was talking about MC Hammer on this skit, right? He was like,
Uncle Quilly?
I feel like it was this skit. He said something
He was
about
talking to
Hammer.
a broad.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the bra, but I don't know.
I go back and listen to it. I feel like he
it.
was talking about Hammer, and then Hammer actually went up to him and was like, yo, that shit wasn't cool. Like, you ready to fight him.
Hammer was about that life, they said.
Hammer was a gangster.
They said Hammer was
Don't
hard.
get that motherfucking pants fucked up.
They said Hammer was like 300 deep, too. They said Hammer was on like the woo. They always getting paid, though. That was the problem. But I don't know. I didn't hear the Hammer part, but you may be right.
I gotta go back and check.
Or maybe it was another skit. He got a lot of skits.
Mm-hmm.
All right, track number 18, Yes, Yes, Y'all, produced by Eric Sermon.
This joint go.
Another dope Eric Sermon beat. Redman coasted on this joint. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. This is for the real. This is for the real.
Mm-hmm.
This joint dope. I like this joint. I like it. Track number 19, What You Looking For, produced by Rockwilder and Redman.
Had a little singing in the back. That shit was crazy.
Oh, you're there grooving.
This is my shit right here.
cops and all that searching his car and stuff.
Yeah,
Dope.
this is my shit. This was one of them joints I used to just rewind a couple times. This was my shit.
And I really didn't know who Rockwilder, like name wise, was as a producer at this point. You know,
Me
looking
neither.
back,
Until-
I did, but at that time,
Yeah.
I just knew Eric Sermon. So Rockwilder been around.
Is
for
it
a
safe to say that this album was the gateway for him to explode and everybody to really like recognize him?
I think it started him out. Then he got the song "The Rockwilder," which that took him to
that was what 99.
Yeah, that was
came out?
99.
Yeah.
So when he got the Rockwilder with Meth and Red, then he was out of here.
That really
at that
took him
point.
off.
But
Yeah.
he was Eric. I know I see him working with Eric Sermon now all the time. I didn't know he was down with Eric Sermon kind of in his camp back then too. So that's dope.
Rockwilder daughter. Woof.
I ain't seen his daughter.
Oh my goodness. See his daughter, son? Rockwilder daughter? Oh my goodness. Oh my.
That's crazy.
track number 20, Superman Lover interview skit produced by Redman. This is kind of the lead up to the song.
I'm telling you, man, like Redman with that comedy pocket, man, and them skits, yo. I'm telling you, they like made the album, and it just always had you looking forward to his video. You feel me? He was like, yo, man, I know he gonna make the video to this one. I know he gonna make the video to this one.
Some of his videos actually made the song better.
Absolutely.
Like, he was that kind of
Absolutely.
he was that kind of artist for sure.
I'm saying, but like what you were saying was, as far as the videos, it definitely enhanced the song. You know what I mean? So you see his side of it. So
that band, absolutely. The song, what's the song?
I'll Be That.
Yeah, I'll Be That. I see the video made me like the song more.
Hell
The
yeah,
video definitely
yeah.
made me like that song more. That was later on, but the video definitely took the song. The song is cool, but the video made me like it way more than that. All right, track number 21, Superman Lover 3, produced by Eric Sermon and Redman.
This beat was dope as shit, but it was weird because it had like the dude playing the piano or whatever it was in the background.
It's like the xylophone.
Yeah, the xylophone. Yeah. And that shit was going a whole beat, but this shit was dope.
Yeah, and that was he used the same sample as One Love for Nas on the first part, and then it switches to the second part. It's a different beat, and it's funny because this is like one of his recurring. Well, this is his recurring song. You know how EPMD had Jane Superman Lover. He do a Superman Lover every album, but then it's funny because at the end he kind of references Jane and EPMD and Paris Smith, like she had EPMD on her back, so it kind of brought it all together.
Oh shit, it's my nigga Paris Smith.
Word.
He actually did this on Versus and he killed it.
That was dope when he had the cape on.
Yeah, that shit was
super
fire.
Dope. That was definitely fire. Nah, Superman Lover is dope. Track number 22, Rollin', produced by Eric Sermon.
I like this joint too,
This
man.
beat hard.
This is a nice
This
flow
beat
for
hard,
Redman.
and Redman
I
is
like the
going
pace
in.
He be going to this.
Yeah, this beat hard. I like that joint. And the last track is the Ill Out, featuring Keith Murray and Jamal. So this is kind of like a Death Squad posse cut to end the joint out.
For some
with.
reason, I never really made it to the end of the album. I always went back, started over after Superman Lover.
This wasn't my favorite. It was produced by Eric Sermon. It wasn't my favorite, but I like it though.
The beat was dope.
Yeah,
The beat was
but
real
it's
tough.
cool though. It wasn't my
Yeah, it
favorite,
wasn't,
but
yeah.
I like it. But also, I mentioned earlier that Keith Murray at this time is also one of the best MCs, like considered from everybody. So they got two of the best MCs in Death Squad in their camp. Eric Sermon got two of the best MCs down with him. So that's a big deal. He got two heavy hitters. And Keith Murray is like a lyrical assassin at this point. Like he's a problem. Then you got Redman, he got bars. So
What label was Keith Murray on?
at first he was on Jive.
Okay,
Then he eventually came and got to Def Jam at some
Yeah.
point. I remember he had like a song called Candy Bar. It didn't go well.
That's why I did that song with R. Kelly, because they're both on Jive.
Yeah, when he got out of jail though, I think when he got out of jail, they got him on Def Jam.
Yeah.
And he did an album. It didn't go well. With his album on Def Jam. It was a hype for it, but it didn't hit. All right, Muddy Waters received critical acclaim upon release. It debuted at number 12 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the U.S. Top R&B and hip hop charts. This album became Redman's second number 1 album on the R&B hip hop charts. His previous album, There Is a Dark Side, debuted at number 1 too on the U.S. Top R&B and hip hop charts. By February of 1997, Muddy Waters was certified gold. It went on to sell over 100. It went on to sell over 750,000 copies in the U.S. So it's a certified gold album. What was the impact of Muddy Waters after it was released?
I'm just going to say another album adding to the list of good albums that came out that year. Because like Ted said, man, it was a lot of heat that came out in 96. So it was hard to be expecting like, oh, I can't wait for Redman to drop. But when it did drop, it just blended right in with the good sounding music at the time. So I would say it was a good impact in as far as like the energy in the videos, bringing that type energy back. Because everything was so serious at that time, man. With
Skits,
the videos and them skits and everything, man. So it definitely brought a whole new dimensional to the album game as far as making sure like you got some skits on there for, for the breathers. But we don't do it. It's not none of that no more on the albums.
Well, I thought this was Redman's best album at that point, and I still think it's his best album to date. Like, I don't think he came out with anything better, even though I did like Doc's Name, but it wasn't this.
Yeah, I think this is definitely Redman's best album. Probably my favorite album too. It was just good beats, funny skits, banging rhymes. It was definitely dope altogether.
Was this the best Def Squad album, you think?
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely. I think this raised Redman. This album, it definitely had impact. It may not have had the impact as Pac or Nas, but it definitely had impact, and it also raised Redman's profile to me in the game. He was respected as a deadly MC at this point. Everybody respected his pen game, but I think it also showed that I can make an album that can have dope songs on there, but also cross over and get some radio play, and me just not play myself all together. Like, so he had it showed that Redman had some star appeal as well. So I think it raised his profile and let the world know, like, Redman got personality. I'm funny, but I can rap.
Yeah.
I smoke. I like to smoke, but I can rap too, though. I got these bars if you need it. So it definitely had impact.
But like for me, like it's dope because he did it his way. He didn't try to make a commercial song. He did it his way and it worked.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely. All right. How would y'all describe the sound? The sound on Muddy Waters.
I would say up tempo, boom bap, samples, funk.
You could feel Eric Sermon on the album, heavy Eric Sermon.
Heavy. I agree.
Yeah.
Heavy. I think actually it's boom bap, but Eric Sermon's sound is like he's like funky, like it's like funkadelic, and I think that goes right with Redman's the Funk Doctor. So I think he actually goes right on Eric Sermon's beats, and even though a lot of times they smoothed out, Redman got bars, so it sound dope, and that's why you get a lot of them weed anthems, I think, because he sounds good on that smoothed out lyric that you can ride out to, but the lyrics catch you, so it's dope, man. It's definitely. I agree with Taz though, heavy Eric Sermon, and it's no problem with the beats. The production is dope to me, but it's not like straight bangers, not like other than like the K Solo song and like the Rock the Spot song. Those are some hard joints, but a lot of the stuff is just smooth but dope.
Yeah.
Eric Sermon did his thing on here. One of his best production joints.
Eric Sermon, like,
legend.
Yeah, but besides his rapping ability, he definitely was always to me a solid producer.
I think Eric Sermon is very underrated.
Yeah,
he don't get enough credit for stuff he's done in the past.
He had a hell of a run.
Yeah,
I mean, he had a hell of a run. EPMD, Keith Murray, Redman.
But besides that, as far as producing for somebody else, has he ever had that global, like, automatic global song that everybody loved? I just think that's what didn't put him in that element of everybody like.
But put him over who though? Like,
he had his own song that was the joint with Marvin Gaye.
Yeah,
just like music.
Yeah.
As a producer, that wasn't gonna put him over the Who's, the Swisses, the Kanyes. No, he ain't
exactly.
Not.
Now I get what you're saying though, Freaks. He don't have that, and I'm not saying he has to, but he don't have that like California Love, that big, gigantic, super single that like a lot of the producers
or
that
album.
get. or album.
I agree.
But he got great songs.
Yeah,
he got hit songs.
Yeah.
He got everything. He got all the hits. He got
got enough to stay relevant.
Yeah,
No, he's great for a rapper that's also a producer. He's not just a producer.
absolutely. Well put. Well put. Well, is Muddy Waters classic?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
See, but like I always say, it's not for a lot of people, and I'm not saying it for myself, but for a lot of people, it's the timing of the music that makes it more classic than the actual material. You know what I'm saying? Because during this time, when this dropped, along with all the other albums, it kind of fit right in. It was like, damn, this Redman got a hot
It stood out in
album.
'96, which was tough because it was
Yeah,
a lot of
it
shit.
was a
in
lot
there.
of shit in '96.
Very tough.
Man.
You can get lost quickly in
Yeah, so
1996.
for you to come with something like this, oh man, this is a good situation.
All right, so where do you have? I think it's a classic as well. Definitely a classic. So where would Muddy Waters? Where you got Muddy Waters in Redman's discography?
This is the
number
best
one.
album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely think it's number one.
I would say number one.
I don't think it's an argument. And he got some dope albums. I like What the Album. I like There Is the Dark Side. I like what
I like
Ted
The
said.
Jaw.
I like Doc's the Name. I thought that was dope, but I don't see any
Him
of
and
them.
Meth. I like all that.
Yeah,
bro.
Blackout
Blackout,
is
yeah.
dope. But I don't see anything touching Muddy Waters. I think
This is his
Muddy Waters is
most
dope.
well-rounded album from everything, start to finish. Not saying every track is a banger, but just the way that he got this album laid out in the skits and everything, and the videos that came along with it, and that's was the most appreciating factor. You know what I'm saying? Back then when we was actually watching these videos along with the album. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a slight preview into the next video. Oh man, we losing. We can't wait for that song to come out.
Yeah.
We can't wait for that video to come out.
Little teaser at the end.
Yeah.
He could have easily
And
got lost in
he
'96.
always did that.
What'd you say, Taz?
He could have easily got lost in '96.
I agree. He definitely, but he held his
Damn,
own.
that was
Nah, he
wild.
could have got
It
lost.
was
Yeah, a lot of
wasn't
heat.
it?
Well,
96, man.
did the timing of when he dropped his album help him?
Yeah,
if
could-
he,
yeah.
if he released it
His
that summer,
album was tough. I don't even want to
you
put
think,
it on
you
that.
think, you think it would have lasted?
because-
You know,
yeah.
it stood out.
Because I was still listening to like Machiavelli and It Was Written shit then, so I could have like skipped past
but
this.
it still held its own.
That's when you had to like listen
Hell on
to
Earth
albums,
came
too.
out like
Yeah. All right. So how did Muddy Waters affect Redman's career after it came out?
didn't Keith Murray come out with an album this year?
Did he?
The most beautifulest thing.
No.
I think that might have been 95.
Enigma or something like that.
I like Enigma, but was Enigma this year? Enigma was like a hip hop album. No, it wasn't like a
Shit. It was his one.
Yeah, no. Enigma's not whacking up. No, yo, you're right. Enigma was 19. I like Enigma, but Enigma's not colorful. Like it's
As
just
Ted
like
said, he could have easily got lost.
Yeah,
Enigma got lost.
I think Enigma dope, but it's not Muddy Waters.
Did it get lost?
It ain't get lost.
In 96?
It's just not.
Shit.
It got lost. It got lost with the big albums, but it's not. It's not a whack. It's a good album.
Didn't we do a '96 top 10?
Yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't mentioned.
Nah, it wasn't. But it wasn't bad though. I actually like Enigma, but it's not top 10. No, it's not top 10. So how did Redman? How did this album affect his career after this album came out? How did it affect Redman's career?
I think it changed it for the better. I mean, he was down with Meth. Meth was a huge star, so that put him even.
That started something for sure.
Yeah, put him on a bigger plateau.
Absolutely.
And then he's in movies and TV shows, and I know after this, people was definitely waiting for his next album.
Yeah, I think the star power, even with the Whatever Man video, showed that he could act and have fun.
Yeah.
I think it led to the acting, like you said, the Meth and Red. It got his feature game up. Like, other artists like, Redman the star.
Yeah.
I need to get a song with him. He was on a lot of people's albums after this. Like a lot of people, Lil' Kim, everybody was trying to get a Redman. Sometimes a Redman and Method Man, but at least a Redman feature. So his bag definitely stepped up after this album. And like you said, the acting, him and Meth was everywhere. He was more of an MTV kind of guy after this.
Crib,
He had
yeah.
personality too, so it was easy for him to transition.
The personality definitely sell. But I think it showed. I think this album got a chance to show that, I'm not no underground rapper. Like I'm funny. I like to have fun.
I smoke.
You know?
That's a whole nother lane in itself.
To keep it plain and simple, the white people liked him. Like he smokes. He like to have fun. We like to have fun.
But
too,
you gotta
smoke.
really look at it like
Just
all
had
the
him on
little
MTV
things.
Cribs, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Tez, because all that little stuff started to come into play with him being seen more, MTV Cribs, things of that nature. So it was.
So did you hear the whole MTV Cribs?
I heard it. He said that was his real crib too.
Yeah, but he wasn't living in it.
No, that was
like
it was like a joke, right?
Yeah.
that was like his stash crib, but it was his crib. But he said the doorbell
That
stuff really
was supposed to be
working.
fixing it to sell it.
Yeah,
and
he said nobody was buying it though.
So he got stuck with it.
So he just started staying in it sometimes, and that's what he did the thing. Yeah, that's classic.
Classic. That's by far the best episode of
Like,
Cribs,
and not
yo.
too long ago, I want to say probably like last year, he went over to his mom's crib and his mom found some of his old weed.
Oh yeah.
See that shit?
I seen that.
He was putting
That was
that.
like
He put the
last
shit.
year
He
or
was like,
something.
"This is Branson."
Yeah, Branson.
He was like Jada, look, I found Branson.
I did see that. What did this album mean to Def Jam at the time?
Did it put it back? Well, I feel like this is just another stamp in Def Jam. I feel like I don't think they was falling off then in '96.
But I think Def Jam.
You gotta think about the timetable. This came out in 1996. What was Def Jam doing in 19? Think about all them great
albums.
Think about all them great albums that came out in 1996. Which ones was on Def Jam?
A lot of them.
No,
I think they didn't have.
Actually, none of them was on Def Jam.
Oh, they wasn't. None of them. At all?
Nas, Tupac,
Columbia,
Oh, yeah,
Def,
yeah,
Def
that's
Row.
Fugees,
And
Mobb
Hov
Deep.
wasn't on Def Jam yet.
Oh, nope, he wasn't on Hov.
That was our
Hov
priority.
wasn't on Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah.
Most of the people, the top 10 albums, Busta Rhymes,
Ghostface was on Sony.
Ghostface. None of these albums was on. A lot of these
Busta
people-
Rhymes on Elektra.
Yeah.
Also, in so many words, Def Jam ain't had no choice but to push this album.
Def Jam. This actually helped keep the lights on a little bit for Def Jam.
I was about to say that.
Until they got to the J, DMX, Ja Rule era. Because at this time, all they have is Meth, Red, LL Cool J, Foxy Brown is like the only other.
Yeah, Def Jam artists.
And then, LL, Meth, Red, Foxy Brown. And at this point, Warren G cooling off. Warren G was hot for a minute, but he cooling off by 1996. He had a little run. So they needed this album.
Yeah, what was Def Jam doing in '96?
They had
crazy.
Foxy
Taking a
Brown
break.
in this. Nah, they wasn't. People was signing with other labels.
It was Death Row, Bad Boy. Everything else was just
they was dominating.
Good luck.
So this is like a year before they got Jay, then they got DMX, then they got Ja Rule, and then they got back. And I'm not saying Meth and Red was still, because they was on a Hard Knock Life tour, so they still was relevant for the label. They were still big name acts, but they just fell a little behind DMX, Jay, and Ja Rule because they was just moving units. But Redman, they should thank Redman because in this year, he helped keep the lights on.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
For real.
But I think that Def Jam kind of slept on the album. They didn't think that it was going to have a great impact that it did. And you know what I'm saying? And I think that they just, once they seen the potential of it and seeing how Redman was pushing it in his movement, I think that's when they got behind it. That's just my thoughts.
You know what? I probably think that's true. I probably think they didn't believe in it because they put out the song with K Solo as the first single. That's a hip hop joint. That wasn't.
And they
going
were
to
trying
sell.
because K Solo was still on his, you know what I'm saying, on his little hit and miss situation. But when it came, it was a good look. You know what I'm saying?
And I think when they like, oh, this album got a little legs, then they got behind it. I don't think the beginning marketing was like heavy. And mind you, Def Jam ain't popping like that, so they don't even got the money to do a full out blitz like they did the next couple years with all the albums. So
well, I think Def Jam believed in them. I mean, this is his third album.
they
you know what I'm
believed in
saying?
them.
So
They
you
believed
can't get
in
to the
them.
third album without them budgeting and believing in you.
Well, they did.
I'm not saying they
did
believe in
step
it. I
it
just
up
think
because
that
whatever man, he never had a video like whatever.
I think they kind of slept on it though. They didn't think that it was going to be as impactful. Like he wasn't going to have that impact to be able to
Shit, you
carry.
didn't either.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Until it came out, I was like, "Wow, this joint hot."
And I think maybe that was it. Maybe Def Jam was like, "Oh, we like Redman," and they're like, "Oh, this joint going a little bit. Let's give him a big budget for Whatever Man." And that's all we got though, because we don't got too much money. But let's give him that Whatever Man budget. I feel like it should have got the platinum. It just stopped at 750,000. That's interesting. It should have went platinum though. It was a dope album.
A lot of people, I mean,
But you got
people was buying albums back then.
and then also it probably went up as far as streaming wise, especially after the verses.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Versus-
Motherfuckers probably went back to, you know what I'm saying, to revisit it.
Yeah,
because I know I did. That verses
versus
is a
bring
wake up.
everything.
At
least the singles, if not the whole
Yeah.
album, the singles for sure. Yup. All right, so what's your favorite song on Muddy Waters?
Damn, I like favorite song.
That's a great question.
Oh man, I like Yes Yes Y'all. I like that. That's my favorite song.
Okay. It's kind of tough, man.
I was about to say the same thing, man.
It's kind of tough. I like Rock the Spot. I like Pick It Up.
I'm gonna say it's
whatever,
like
man.
that, man.
You know, I wanted to
Because
say
of that beat,
you know
man.
what?
That beat is crazy, man. That beat is like that beat, man. When you hear that joint come on, man, it was like it was game changing.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with you, man. That keeps on coming to mind, but I'm like, damn, I should like something else other than that. But I like that. That song hard, man.
Yeah,
that beat is hard.
Yeah, mine's the bump. Followed by Superman Lover 3, man.
Superman Lover is great.
Yeah.
That's a great. I'm gonna say it's like that with K Solo. But then I like Whatever, man. I like Pick It Up. I like Rock
bump
the Spot.
was that shit though,
Like,
Taz.
he got
I can't even
the
front.
bump dope too. Like he,
The bump was that shit, man.
That beat
he
was
got-
so hard,
he
dog.
got some joints on here for sure.
Superman Lover 3 at the end when the beat changes.
It's definitely
that beat is
between them
crazy
two,
too.
Yeah. They got some dope joints on here. Lot of dope songs, man.
Yo,
Creeping was my shit, though.
yeah, Creepin's definitely dope.
Creepin's dope too.
Going back to that MC Hammer thing, it was actually on What the Album he was talking about Hammer, and then Hammer actually approached him. I wanted to clear that up. I don't
Clear
wanna-
that up, Sean.
I
Get
don't
him. Get him. Adam.
I don't remember no Muddy Waters.
I'm about to say I didn't remember that skit
Yeah.
either. I'm like, damn, man, but
I was
maybe
thinking about the wrong album.
Okay, all right, cool. Thanks for clearing that up. Since this is our last 25th anniversary of the year 1996, so we named a lot of we did a lot of albums. We did Pac, we did Jay, we did Nas,
Ghostface.
we did Ghostface, we did the Fugees, we did Mobb Deep. I might be missing something else. We did several. We did Tupac's act. I said Tupac's. We did Machiavelli and all that. But what's some other? This is a great year in hip hop. What's some other dope albums that we maybe didn't do an episode on that you think deserve some acknowledgement? Since it's our last one of this year that we're doing.
What you call didn't get a 25th, did he?
Who?
It was written.
Yeah, definitely got it. It was written. We just talked about Lil' Kim, Hardcore.
Yeah.
Man, that was
Hardcore,
one of the
definitely.
all-time classic posters ever in
Yeah,
history
ever.
of life.
Yeah. I think she deserved that shine for an episode just because of that.
And she had some hits. Some
Busta
hits.
dropped this year, but I don't know if it was
Busta dropped.
what you call worthy.
I like to come in. It was cool. It's not my favorite album, but Woo-Ha though was and it remains raw. Like that.
Absolutely.
But for him as a solo artist, Busta Rhymes to come in was a big. I mean, we said Foxy. We said Little Kim. You can't say Little Kim without saying Foxy Brown, Il Nana. She came out, did her thing.
Yep.
Who else? Freaks. OGC The Storm came out on the hip hop
I
tip.
just went back and revisited that off the Mobb Deep episode.
Damn.
That was one of them albums that I went into and it was and had to touch that joint. And then I went to the 97 on one, but that opened the whole window up, man. But The Storm was classic.
Ryan
That was
Dirty
one of
came
my
out this
favorite
year.
albums.
Ryan Dirty for UGK.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah.
Damn, that did drop in 96, didn't it, Tez?
And also saying Boot Camp Click.
I was gonna say I'm surprised you didn't say that.
Yeah,
but
Helter Skelter.
Skelter, yeah.
Nocturnal came out that year.
That
Yeah.
OGC, man, The Storm, though. Was,
And I mentioned Enigma. I like Enigma. I forgot all about it, honestly, but I
Try
do.
to clean it up.
I do like it. When you mentioned it,
It's a great album. I totally forgot
I
about it. It
forgot
just slipped my
about that.
mind.
De La Soul, the stakes is
That's like
high.
you saying, yo, Keith Murray and Chino XL came out this year. Like,
So my boy Pac said they was putting potholes in the game after that album. That album was not like that to me.
What? Which one?
Stakes is high.
Oh, stakes is high. The stakes is high. I like the single.
single was bad.
Yeah, I like the stakes. MOP Firing Squad came out.
That was dope.
What, you said
Lost
what?
Boys?
Lost Boys. I like Lost Boys album. I lost not as much as Pedo, but I like it a lot. They had some singles on there. MOP.
He was
Firing
on the album, though,
Squad.
wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on there. He had, I think he had dreadlocks. I think he used to carry the equipment or something.
And he was like, what you call it? Off
He was the roadie.
of 8 Mile. Mackay Pfeiffer.
Future.
He used to carry all the equipment. Yeah, that was his
Well, she
role.
had a dope single, but I ain't checked for the album.
Who?
Bahamadia.
Bahamadia.
Yeah, she definitely had a dope single.
MOT I said MOT. MOP, the Firing Squad, The Roots, Illadelph, Half-Life. They came out.
That was solid.
Mad Skills from where? I know people probably ain't hear that, but actually it was a dope album.
Virginia.
He had a couple. He had a
With
couple
dope
tracks
production.
on there.
Your boy,
Yeah.
Shaq.
Oh.
You can't stop the rain.
That album was all right,
that
though.
album
Hold on, this is the one that had
That
Biggie
was
on it,
one
right?
of the that
You
was
can't-
one of the.
He had a hip hop.
He had a
hip-hop
nice
album. Yeah, Mobb
That's
Deep.
that's
That was
probably
96, that's what
next
I'm
to
talking
Dame
What you call one
Lillard.
on this album, though, was it?
Who?
No Hooks wasn't on this album. No.
No. This is
that might
this
be-
is the You
yeah.
Can't Stop the Rain with Biggie. He had Mobb Deep. He had
Hove on
Hove
there?
on here.
Yeah,
I thought that came out
This was
97.
Nah, this came out '96.
that was probably one of the best
And this is a dope album. This is a hip-hop
NBA
album.
rap albums that came out next to Dame Lillard.
I have to agree. This album was kind of dope.
That video was crazy
Boy
too.
came out.
Yo.
He 40.
Here we go with that shit.
Fonzarelli. Sean, I know. I'm going to call you out. I know it's an album you need to mention because you put it at like number 1 on your list.
Oh, Jeru the Damager.
Yeah. The album was good too. I
Yeah, that was
like
good.
the album.
I like that.
It wasn't
I don't
number
care
How
about
good it was.
that
It got
album.
missing in 96.
It wasn't number 3. It wasn't number 3 of
That's some good beats, man.
1996.
I had a
Premier-
serious
Premier was
argument
killing
with
that.
my barber about this album. I said, man, all the albums that came out in '96, you gonna say this album's in your top 5? There was no way. That was a very
super
acquired
controversial.
taste. Yeah,
That
very,
was super controversial.
Who was saying that, Craig?
yeah, he's very political about that.
But the album was dope though. The album was dope.
Yeah.
And
That's his guy, though,
A
J.
Tribe Called Quest had Beats, Rhymes, and Life. It was darker, but I like that joint, man. So,
Hey, Bro had some tracks on that joint.
What that single on there?
definitely
Stressed Out. That
Yeah.
joint was hard. I like that joint.
yeah, the 1996 was a great year in hip hop.
One of the best beats came out this year. Clones.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Dice Raw and the Roots. Yeah.
All right, so this is the reaching segment of the show. Has any albums came out in the last 25 years that remind you of Muddy Waters? I actually got some material today.
You actually got some?
He gonna say like consequence. Not consequence.
It's gonna be stretches. Y'all gonna get mad, but you know. Y'all got anything?
He gonna say,
I don't know, man. As far as on the animation tip,
funny-
as far as the funny
He's a one of a
shit,
kind artist, so
but
it's
still
gonna-
be
Yeah, it's a
like
different-
super lyrical, like and dope. I don't think so.
Y'all go to get pissed off.
He gonna say burner or some shit.
nah, man.
Burner? No, the weed guy? No. I'm not
I don't know, man. Damn, man.
All right, here we go.
Let me man.
about
But
to turn this
it-
shit off.
Dog
it
Father
is-
came out 96.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
I knew that. I ain't mention it.
I'm gonna say
Purpose.
baby on baby, man.
And
I'm gonna
Drake-
say baby on baby due to the animation and the type songs. I'm gonna say baby on baby, the baby.
I actually agree with that. I actually had that in my notes. I said either Baby on Baby or Kirk because he's colorful. He likes to
Yeah.
have fun with his lyrics.
I'm gonna say Baby
that
on
do
Baby.
remind me. But before that, I got look, I know y'all don't like this guy, but Redman is his favorite rapper, and you can hear why Redman is his favorite rapper. But Eminem, Redman is Eminem's favorite rapper. In the Marshall Mathers LP and the Eminem show, he was funny, but he could rap. He got his white privilege to take him over the top. But it's definitely Redman.
European privilege.
Matter of fact, some of y'all arguments on this show would be what was over the years is that Redman Eminem was a white version of Eminem's style. Eminem is a white version of Redman style.
Yeah, we use that because Redman should be high up. If then motherfuckers is calling this nigga the GOAT. Redman,
I'm not mad at that argument at all. But I think I hear similarities in his albums.
Yo, you know who
Redman.
reminds me of Redman?
Who?
Ludacris.
He was next.
The videos,
next.
the raps.
He was next.
I can kind of see that.
I had him in my notes.
Before the baby. I think that the baby patting his style off of Ludacris and Redman as far as with the videos because when you capture the visual, it makes the song so much better. You get what I'm saying?
It brings it to life.
And that baby album was his breakout album. You feel me? That Baby on Baby album. That was his breakout album to me. Even though people been, he been out for a minute, but that was like his. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was his third album. Like this was Redman's third album.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that was my reason for that.
I agree with the Ludacris 100%. I actually had him down too, and I think Ludacris is definitely funny, but he also got bars just like Redman.
Absolutely.
I didn't really like a lot of Ludacris whole albums, but he had great songs. But he does have an album called Theater of Mind, which I think is one of his. Well, I think is his best album to me. It was a complete album. I think it was a complete album, and I think that reminds me of it has skits and stuff on there. It reminds me of a Redman album because it's dope. I'm not a Redman album. I mean, I'm not a Ludacris album kind of guy, but
he makes some good videos though
definitely.
too.
He makes dope songs, dope videos, and all of that. But I like Theater of the Mind. I thought that was a dope album.
Word of Mouth was my favorite one.
What's your favorite Redman video?
I bought that though.
What's your favorite Redman video?
Oh, it's the one you said. I'll be that. Mine is I'll be that. It's just funny.
Yeah, that's funny. I like
Is that the one when she hit ran in the back of the car?
Yeah.
She ran into the cab on the bike.
Be that. And the song, that's my joint.
From Belly.
Yeah.
Was that their only song, Tez?
I don't remember that, bro.
Who sung that? That was a good song.
I love that song.
Yeah.
That's a dope song. All right, Redman has been stating for years now that he's working on Muddy Waters 2. Are you looking forward to this?
Yeah, I am looking forward to that because once you start doing twos, it's like all right. Now you put focus on it. Just think about it.
Well,
most twos are failures.
He's put out other well, you know what? You got a good point there, but I'm actually looking forward to this because he said he's been putting out music over the years before that, but he's stashing certain stuff that he feels like has that sound, and he also said he got to get some samples cleared too. So that's why it's taking long. But I think he's really putting some emphasis on this and like really trying to treat it with respect. Like a classic, so I am looking forward to it.
Her name was Lady.
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to Muddy Waters too. I think he can do a dope job.
He's got to have the same Eric
chemistry.
Sermon,
Yeah.
Rockwilder, maybe throwing DJ Scratch, stuff like that to keep it all sounding consistent.
I don't give a fuck. I would look forward if he changed the name, but Muddy Waters 2 ain't gonna be better than this.
I think it might be hard to create lightning in the bottle.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's going to be hard for anybody to top their classic.
Like it's the time, man.
Yeah,
It's the time that this shit dropped. And the moments. You know what I'm saying? I had moments with this album, man.
do you think when rappers drop part 2 of an album, does it hurt the first album? Like, damn, man, you fucked it up.
Not unless it's really, really whack.
I didn't like Port of Miami 2 like that.
I didn't like that neither.
Does it make you look at the first one like, you kind of fucked it up?
Nah, I think you're going to like what you like. You just ain't going to listen to the second part. It's like a movie. If a movie.
Do you think Port of Miami 1 is a classic? I think it's a great introduction album. I don't think it's a classic album for him.
Man, he got a lot of shit on there, man. It was
He
great.
do.
It was great for him.
Yeah, I agree. He had a groundbreaking single.
It might be in his top 5 though.
Albums, yeah.
All right, well, 25, Muddy Waters, 25th anniversary of Muddy Waters. What's the legacy of this album to you?
Just classic hip hop album. Redman.
Real boom bap.
To me, it stood out in a time where it could have been lost.
Classic album. Definitely a classic hip hop. Definitely an East Coast classic, East Coast album.
96 was a dangerous year, man.
Yeah, and I agree. He definitely
Right.
carved
That might be
his
the
niche.
best statement, Taz.
You had 3 of the 4. You
Yeah.
had 3 of the 4 drop, and he still stood up.
Absolutely. It's a classic album. Redman did his thing. Shout out to Redman. Shout out to Eric Sermon,
Yep.
Def Squad, Hit Squad, the whole Def Jam family, Jersey. Y'all did y'all thing with this one, man. Definitely think he carved his niche. And we still talking about this album to this day. It's his best album.
Absolutely.
So he definitely left a hell of a legacy.
Yo,
with
you
this
know
Always
what?
album.
say Keith Murray was
This is
involved
the
in.
album that you say
Murray.
Redman.
That album.
So Keith Murray.
This is
My
the
God.
album that you put Redman like, yo, he's in the top.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
Like.
This
This
put
is
him
stamp
what?
of approval.
Yeah.
Top
Let's put him in the
MCs.
top. Not the top, but he's respected. He's respected.
I would say, man, Redman got to be in your top 10.
Okay.
I ain't mad at.
He
I
in
ain't
my
mad-
top five.
I ain't mad at. If
I ain't
Redman
mad
in
if
top
he
10.
is, but
He
he's
ain't
not
my
in
top
mine.
10. But I ain't mad.
I ain't mad if he's in
Like I
somebody
said,
No
else.
disrespect to him, man, but
some people.
that was a stretch.
Some people put
The B list.
yeah, some people put Redman in their top 10. I ain't mad at it. You know, it's each their own.
He
But
my number 3.
He's definitely.
B plus.
He's your number 3 of all time.
Yes.
You said that before, so you on record. I respect. He said that before, so he on record. I
Redman,
respect
nice.
it. At least he ain't changing up. I know who about to be number 1 now because every year you're number 1. So he need to find a spot on your joint.
He's made the list. He's in the top 5 now.
All right. Because
Is Redman the best rapper from Jersey?
Oh yeah.
yes,
Hands down.
Yes.
Hands down. Probably so.
yes, because Tretch don't got no solo stuff. So yeah, but Tretch
Tresh got some big ass songs
Tretch can
though.
rap. But Redman's a better rapper though, overall, and he had a longer body of work over the years. I give it to Redman.
Tresh don't got no big ass song like Redman ain't got no big ass song like Tresh.
He don't. But Tretch has a lot of big ass songs. He
Yeah,
got
he
got like 5 or 6
Some
anthems.
groundbreaking shit.
Yeah, word. Nah, but I still give it over Redman. But shout out to Tretch and Naughty by Nature. I ain't
Even
gonna
over the
deny
Queen?
them. Huh? Yeah, definitely. Come on, Sean. No disrespect to Queen Latifah. She's a legend.
No,
but-
I'm talking about your queen,
Well, Queen.
Lauren Hill.
Oh, yeah. Lauren Hill ain't did enough. And she's a singer more.
Oh, okay.
But she don't have a better album. I mean, it's not. I'm not taking this over Miseducation, but that's a whole nother episode. We already went down there, right? But yo, man, happy 25th anniversary.
Well, I was get that tattoo.
the artwork
Get on his
on my
back.
back. On my back.
Miseducation drink.
Oh,
Showed
man.
it.
Yo, happy 25th anniversary to Redman. You know, salute to you. Salute to everybody involved with this album. If you haven't heard Muddy Waters, it's the 25th
Go get that.
anniversary, man. Make sure y'all go check it
Go
out.
get it. Go check it out.
Just go check this out.
Because a lot of people don't be on these joints until they, sometimes maybe hear the episode or
Yeah, so
This dude, man, that's a loaded question, man. He's the best artist from Jersey. We gonna put him against Rod Diggins? Like, the fuck?
yeah, go
Joe
check.
Budden, he was Joe.
Yeah, go
Kinky Joe.
Half and half, Joe.
Yeah.
Bye,
Yo,
Joe.
that's a T2, ain't it? What's that, the Joe T?
Man, go check out Muddy Waters.
Half and
Yo,
half,
we
Joe.
Concert Crew
Arnold
Podcast.
Palmer.
Yes.
Make sure y'all go follow us at Concert Crew Podcast. Make sure y'all go download, subscribe.
Man.
We on all digital
Call
platforms,
that
man.
Mr. Arnold Palmer.
We here. We not going nowhere.
Yes.
Yo, Pito, hit us with the fader. We out.
Yeah.